All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning, and hopefully you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Getting ever more ready for Christmas.
I can see you're pulling all the strings here, man. You got all kinds of hats. You're like ready to
man,
go.
I've got a big hat collection, so don't worry. We got hats. We got hats to keep us all the way to Christmas. This one is good because you can remind yourself of things. You just smack yourself in the forehead.
Yeah. If you're not trading well, just kind of smack yourself. You're like, why do you take that trade? Yeah. Awesome.
My trading hat.
Absolutely. Friends, we do have some data coming out right now. So let's go to that. It's initial jobless claim. Peter, what's the latest and greatest?
We have, a couple of numbers that came out just a few minutes ago. Starting with this initial jobless, maybe I got that wrong. It's actually continuing jobless claims. Who's counting? All right. But anyways, pretty much right on forecast. Forecast was 1.888 million. It came out at 1.865 million. So, I mean, that's close enough to be right on target. The other number I was looking for primarily was the GDP update. Wanted to see where that was coming out, and it looks like GDP growth was down from 5.2% to just 4.9%, but that's still twice what it was previously at 2.1%. So I don't know whether it's good or not. I mean, we're seeing basically a growth in the U.S. economy, which normally we would have seen as good. But remember, we're in a tight a period where we're trying to make sure the Fed stays calm and keeps those interest rates, doesn't keep increasing them. So everybody's expecting the Fed is going to decrease interest rates in 2024. But if we keep seeing very strong economic indicators, that may mean that they pull off of that and either keep it the same or, heaven forbid, actually raise the rates a little bit. So anyways, good economic data. It's good in the short term, but we'll see where it goes. Actually, there was the initial jobless claims that also came out slightly under expectation. 214,000 was the forecast. 205 was the actual. I thought that was a Canadian number, but we're good. The only other thing I was looking at was this Philly Fed, that the manufacturing index that came out pretty low, actually, negative 10.5. So a lot of contraction in Philadelphia manufacturing. So maybe that'll offset this strong GDP number overall, or maybe just, is anybody in Philly? Are things getting worse there? I don't know. Maybe Philly's lagging the rest of the country and it's not going as well. Not sure. But anyways, those are the numbers for this morning. All in all, you can see the markets have not largely reacted, a little bit of an uptick, but frankly, we should sort of expect that after, my God, that sell-off we saw yesterday. But we'll get to that in a second. First, later this morning, the U.S., basically the overall economic health indicator should be coming out at 10 o'clock, so look for that. Other than that, nothing else on the economic calendar for today. So, let's talk about that downturn yesterday. I want to point out, remember what we said the last 2 days? I've been telling you, lower volume in the markets can often mean outsized moves, right? So good opportunities for trading, but you never know when they're going to happen. To me, yesterday afternoon was just a perfect example of that. Really, there's no specific cause for that move down other than we got some momentum to the downside somewhere around 2 o'clock. Between 2 and 2:30, it really accelerated. And pretty much everything you're going to look at is going to have the same big downturn. So if you caught it, you had a great trading opportunity. But don't assume it's a big trend. Don't assume it's a reversal of this the bullish sentiment we've been seeing over the last few days or weeks. It was just a downturn that again got bigger than you might have anticipated because of lower volume, which means things can move farther. That's what we have to look forward to. And as I've been saying as well, this is likely to last until probably about the end of the first week of January. That's when we see normal volumes return to the market. So, as Jared is saying now in the chat, right? Yesterday was a flesh wound. And it really, like if you look at it in the overall picture, we lost a couple of days worth of growth. It really was not anything super massive. Looked impressive yesterday, felt impressive, but it's not a huge downturn. So I hope we get more of these types of things up or down, because why? They give us trading opportunities. So. And Carlos, I don't think you don't typically trade that time in the afternoon, so probably not something you were catching, right?
Yeah, and I was not even looking at this. I saw it after. And I was just like, wow, what happened? But yeah, I'm not trading in this late in the hours in the market. But yeah, definitely exciting there. We'll see what it does for today. So if you look at the data, as you mentioned here, nice big drop, and we're gapping up this morning already, almost 1%. With some activity there as far as volume. All right, let's take a look at our gappers list this morning, guys. We got a couple of things in here. Nothing in the red, everything in the green this morning. So all positive. We'll look at the top 5. There's a whole boatload of stuff here. And I'm assuming it's because we had to drop yesterday like that and things are just bouncing back, right? So I'm assuming that's why this list is so long. MU is on here with almost 10% up this morning. So we'll love to see what's happening there. Let's look at the top 5. These ticker names are not too exciting, though. I'll tell you that much, Peter. And I look at them, I can see they're not typical stocks that we are normally looking at. Besides, MU is the only one I recognize. Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, MU is the only one that I recognize there. So let's go through them. Let's see what we find here. We'll start with SFWL. All right, let's take a look at that one. And this morning we are up 37% on this thing, 3.9 million shares traded. Peter, latest and greatest on it. Low flow too, by the way, 6.6.
Yeah, there's nothing late or great on it. This is a Shengfeng development. I think we looked at it before. It's a shipping and logistics company out of China. And there's never any indication why it moves. Nobody follows it. Nobody posts any news. I have no idea why it's newsing. And frankly, I don't really care.
Yeah, not a great one. We'll move on from this one. Let's look at MGTX. So MGTX this morning, up 20% right now at 113,000 shares traded. This looks ugly, man. This is brutal. I just don't see anything fun on here at all. Pre-market action not looking great. Daily not looking great. There's nothing hot about this one.
This is a biotech company. They had some purchase agreement that has a first milestone payout of 130 million that's supposed to be coming to them. It's probably the only reason why it's moving. But look at the volume; that's anemic. And Carlos, we need a garbage truck.
Oh yeah, I already sent it. You sent it? I'll send it again.
Oh, I missed it.
I released the garbage truck.
I didn't even see it. So sorry, missed the boat. Sorry, I got it.
It's all good, my friend. Yeah, that one is brutal. We don't need that in our.
Must be a hat. There you go.
Let's take a look at ATAK. So this one, oh my goodness, this is horrible as well. Up 17%, 436,000 shares traded already on hard to borrow SSRs. I mean, it's just look at this daily. It's brutal, guys. So we'll give this another garbage can here. Not one we want to have on deck this morning. I knew it. The first top 5 or so are very weird tickers that we haven't seen before, and usually you get this nastiness. Peter, anything on this one?
Nope. Moving on.
There's
nothing.
And here's another one that man, I'm gonna run out of garbage cans to throw out here. Where's the cute garbage can now? I am literally gonna run out of garbage cans to use. It's another one that doesn't look good. Horrible volume, only 104,000, up 7.8. I mean, it just looks nasty, guys. So let's move on down to the next one. All right, here's one that hopefully we can have on list today. Our good old buddy used to be one of our most traded stocks at one point. MU up 7.6 this morning with 1 million shares traded. So Pete, what's the latest and greatest as we got some movement here on this Micron?
So they were the one offering we were looking at after the close yesterday for earnings. So they had posted some good numbers. Top and bottom line were both better than expected. They raised their forecast in the upcoming quarter, and everybody's excited about their prospects around AI. So, all good news on MU, and we saw it jump up after the close yesterday, and it's held on to most of those gains so far this morning. And yeah, it's well, in fact, it's added to them now that I look at it. It's moved up in the last hour. So yeah, I think it's definitely going to be in play for the Open. The pre-market action looks okay. MU, I always end up defaulting back to AMD, of course, and maybe Nvidia. MU is sort of a second or third string, sort of like Intel, right? Even when Intel's in play, it's not always great these days. But MU, if ever there's going to be a day, today should be it. So the
Yeah,
rest of the
yeah.
market will be following MU's news.
Yeah, that is what I'm thinking here. So I'm gonna put that one on my main list right now. Again, it's got great volume, nice pop this morning. Let's see if MU can give us some opportunities. But I'm with you. AMD and Nvidia are the ones that we're gonna be keeping a close eye on. All right, I think we have an opportunity to look at a few more because that start was pretty bad. Let's look at the next one here. IREN. IREN. No, no, doesn't look good. Let's move on
I
to.
don't think the rest of that list is going to get any
Yeah,
better
it's not
until
gonna get
we
better.
get
Clean Spark will
right.
waste. Yeah, Clean Spark will waste no time on that. We know how that looks. Now let's go to Mara. Mara is one that we've been keeping on our list. This has been trading somewhat well. 2.1 million shares traded this morning. Every pre-market now, we're getting tons of volume on Mara, and you saw the action yesterday here. Not the morning, but in the midday, you can see a nice little drop, nice little pop. And then I wasn't around for this big drop, but many companies did that based on the overall market. But aside from yesterday, man, Mara has been trading well. So I'm going to put them on my list, Peter. Do you like them this morning?
Well, you know what? I like the sector. Bitcoin again is getting some movement. They've been moving the last little while. 44,300 is roughly where the price of Bitcoin is sitting right now. And like we were saying, 44.5 is what I was looking for. If it popped over that, didn't really, but maybe today it will. And and then of course up to 45,000 and higher. So that's going to lift Mara and Coin and all the rest of them. So Mara's probably yesterday it looked pretty good. I got to admit there was some good trading opportunity. I mean, a little choppy, frankly, but it still
At the
had
start, yeah.
some good opportunity in it. But so yeah, I think it's worth keeping an eye on if you don't mind trading the sector.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Again, yesterday had a rough start, but if you look at it the day before, it traded very well. And it's giving you, I mean, it tends to do this the entire day. It'll give you some good long opportunities and short opportunities if you're trading the entire day. So I like the way it's been trading. I'm going to add it to my list here. 2.2 million shares traded, and we're up 6% this morning. I really like the way that's setting up. You can look at some other ones like Coin and Riot, but Mara right now is taking the number one spot here for me. All right, we'll stop here. We have a ton. Well, actually, you know
Wait,
what? We could do a few
one,
more because we don't have no
yeah,
gap down lists, right? So, Peter,
yeah.
do you have any on
Affirm.
here you wanna look at? Yeah, Affirm.
Affirm.
Yep.
Affirm seems to be holding its place in the news, which is interesting. There's nothing new, right? They have that expanded deal with Walmart we talked about. There's, a lot of analysts are now sort of starting to pay more attention. It feels like, as they're interested in this buy now, pay later model. Again, is it going to work or not? I don't know, but as long as the stock gives us trading opportunities, it might be worth keeping an eye on. So, just the fact I think that there's a lot of difference of opinion, right? Some people think this is a brilliant business model and you should, put it all in Affirm. There's a lot of short sellers in this that are getting forced out, which can cause a run as well. And of course, there are those that are staunchly sticking to this is a stupid model and they're going to go bankrupt after the holidays when nobody pays. So, we'll just wait and see. I mean, they've survived this far. Firms, I don't know how old is this company. It's been around for a couple of years, anyways. So looks like they'll make it through the holiday season one way or the other. But in the meantime, if it trades well, let's play it.
Yep, yep, I agree. Affirm, I have a love and hate with Affirm. I mean, it feels like when I watch it, it doesn't trade very well, and when I don't, you guys
I
crush
looked
it with your
away for one
trades.
minute.
It's insane. It really is. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it as a secondary, but a good one to keep an eye on this morning. Any other ones on here, Peter? I do see Carvana. I know people like that one, so let's look at Carvana this morning. Not a whole lot of volume, only 265,000
Um,
right now, up 5.3.
Car-
Looks pretty quiet.
Carvana's in a place worth paying attention to, though. I thought yesterday maybe it would jump, but really the tail here is just the fact that this was heavily shorted. I think the short float is up around 35%, which is very, very large. Keep in mind that short float numbers are delayed by up to 4 weeks, so you never know exactly where that short float is, but too much shorts on a rising stock can cause those short squeezes, which causes it to rise even faster. So, is that what's in store for Carvana? No idea. But if it starts to get a lot of volume, that could, cause panic buying to backfill the short selling that we've got. So might be worth keeping an eye on, but this will be one where, Carlos, like you were just sort of saying, maybe with the firm, you're going to have to watch this thing like a hawk, because you never know when it's going to take off, and it will probably be those few minutes you look away when this thing takes off. So maybe if you've
Yeah.
got like high of day alerts, might be worth setting them on Carvana. The only other one on the list I was looking at was just AI, because I assume that's AI seems to jump up whenever the market talks AI, and MU brought it back to the forefront. So I just found it interesting that it was on our list again this morning as a stock. Not this was a lot of fun when it was super super hot and trading well. Hasn't been all that fun for a while, but it's here this morning, so maybe.
Yeah, yeah, maybe something can get going here. Yeah, you're right. This was a lot of fun, guys. When it was when the hype was going insane, gave us some really good trading days. Lately, it has not really done that, and you can see the volume here has died down. After what, September, really after August, you can see how much volume is getting compared to when it was really in play. Maybe a possible. Might not even stay there. We'll see what else we have on the on this list. So, all right, I think that does it. We have a ton more on here, but we want to give you guys an opportunity to throw some tickers at us. So we'll start with our chat room here. What do you guys like this morning? Yeah, Peter, you have something else?
Well, we can go with some of what the room's talking about, because they match what I was going to
Mm-hmm.
mention. Let's start with Rivian, and then we'll move from there. Rivian has like been on the hot watch list, right? We've been waiting for something to happen, and I'm starting to get tired because I don't know that thing is going to happen. I mean, it had moved up, and then okay, this is when it's going to trade well, and it really didn't through that move up, in my opinion. Very very short. I think there was one morning last week, Thursday maybe of last week, when we had like a good move that was playable. After that, nothing. So I know people want to keep watching it, but sometimes you got to know when to cut your losses. I'm thinking that there might be better things to watch, but just my opinion.
Yeah,
The other
yeah.
one I see mentioned here is CCL. So they're one of the ones that I was going to talk about from an earnings point of view. Haven't seen their earnings. Their earnings are supposed to be out this morning, but they don't come out for another half hour. So, hold your horses on that one. I think it's worth putting on the list just in anticipation. One way or the other, it's probably going to move. Whether it stays in play throughout the day, I don't know. But, it tends to be the first to report, and it gives us an indication of where that cruise line sector is going to go. So, might be worth thinking of CCL. A couple others I'll just mention quickly that are on the earnings list but don't make our gap up or down. BlackBerry BB actually
Wow.
had a good quarter. They beat their numbers on strong cybersecurity sales. They don't get a lot of volume. You can see barely over 100,000. They're gapping down about 4%. Maybe probably their ATR is too small to make our list, which is why they're not there. But just so you know, that had earnings after the close yesterday. CarMax, it could be this morning that Carvana is moving in sympathy just with CarMax. KMX is the symbol there. They had a pretty mixed report. KMX. There you go. They missed their revenue, beat on earnings, so a little bit of a mixed picture. No indication of what their forward-looking guidance is. So we got nothing to go on. Again, low volume here, so a reason why that wouldn't make our list, even though it's up 10%. Doesn't look bad pre-market, but again, that volume is so low, it doesn't look great. The last one is Paychex, PayX, PAYX. A similar story as CarMax. Missed on revenue, beat on earnings. Not typically a great trader, but earnings were slight, so I'll mention the ones that I liked. Those were them. All right, so that's what I had. So now we can take a look and see if all our fine viewers put
Yeah.
anything else, and
Yeah.
I will dance the hat. You go, Carlos.
Absolutely. I'm gonna put a Rivian on here. I do like that one this morning. I like the daily on it. Let's see if that can give us any opportunities. And let's go to the room. So CCL we did look at, Rivian we did look at as well. Subtita. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. You're giving us Google. Let's take a look here on Google this morning. We're up 1.3, 272,000 shares traded. Um, I'm not sure, man. Google could be weird sometimes. It's more of a wait and see. I don't think it's really in play. It's kind of let's wait to see what the market's doing. I'll put it as a second there. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah, I was watching Google yesterday. In fact, I had a trade on it. It was okay, but I mean, the only good move it got, frankly, was when the whole market dropped. To me, that
Right.
was a good move.
Yeah.
The move up was a little tough to catch.
Yeah.
Um, I took a short off the high of day, and then I'm thinking, well, this is super boring. But I actually forgot into the close that I was sitting on this until I went to do my journal, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm still in a position. So
Mm.
fortunately, I was able to get out after market. You can see it didn't move much after market, so I pretty much got it at the lows. So this is good. I got that whole move down,
Oh,
and forgot.
nice. I was gonna say, did you get this here? So you were in all day
Yeah,
on this thing?
well, I did because
Nice.
I
Yeah.
went short pretty much at the high of day, actually a little bit earlier, because I like to short strong stocks, which drives some people mad. So
Yeah.
and then it just went sideways for so long, I sort of forgot about it. I didn't have a big size, frankly, but I got like $2.50 out of it that I wasn't expecting. So that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Nice. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so Google on my secondary list. We'll see where it goes from here. INCY. Addie's giving us INCY in our chat. Let's see here. Oh, no, 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 no. This is no volume, really. What is this? 122,000 shares traded, but I'm not seeing that actually in the pre-market at all. So yeah, not one that we'll be watching here. All right, let's take a look over on our YouTube chat. What do you guys like this morning? PFE. PFE, we know they had some action a couple of days ago. This morning, they're pretty flat right now. I don't see a whole lot going on it. 237,000 shares traded, slightly up today. Yeah, we'll have to wait for the market open to see what this does. I don't see much going on right now, right? So we can keep an eye on it. CPRX from Tough. CPRX. Let's see here. No, I don't. There's barely any volume on this thing, right? So unless you know something's happening after the market open here, there's really not a whole lot going on as far as volume, right? I see you'd probably look at the daily here, possibly a nice breakout if we can get the volume, but the volume is so low on this, man. You're gonna have to wait and kind of sit on this one to see if the volume comes in. So for the morning opening play, might not be a great one. It might not be explosive enough. Later in the day, if you can get a breakout, maybe. Baba has not been on our list lately. Right now, they're up 2.1, 507,000 shares traded. I do like this gap up. Volume is okay. Could be interesting if it can get going, right? So Baba does trade well when the volume comes in and it has a direction. You can see here, volume has increased from November into December. We got slightly higher volume, but we're not really moving. Look at this daily candles, man. Baba is not what it used to be. So
Yeah.
a little better over the last couple of days as we're getting above 71 here. But it's not the same stock anymore, man. It
They
really is
they did
not.
have some news yesterday as they had a management shakeup. Some of their senior executives are moving out and some new ones moving in. But as you said, it hasn't traded well in a while. I keep it
Yeah.
actually on one of my charts, but I never see great moves the type that I like anyways on it.
Yeah. No, we have a lot of love for Baba, man. It has treated us very well in the past. This is going back May, June, and April. Look at the difference in the daily candles, right? We were gapping up and selling off, and you got great continuation and very clean day trading action. You look at it now, look at these dailies. Look how small they are now. You're not getting a whole lot of movement. So getting better over the last couple of days. Maybe something can change here if we can get a breakout, but we're gonna need news. We need news out of China to get their economy going, or we need something to get this moving. We're not seeing that right now. So gonna keep them off the list for the moment. What else, guys? So we looked at Baba, Boeing, what's BA? BA, look at the run on BA in November and December. 180. going to 264. Man, this stock has been in the background very quiet, but has been crushing it, man. Wow.
Just been slowly grinding up. Yep.
Yeah, what a move. So, as far as the action right now, we really got to wait for the market open on BA because it just doesn't do a whole lot of volume pre-market unless there's any type of news. Um, but again, I don't
BA
really
is a
see it in
great
play.
swing trade type of stock because it tends to do this. If you look back in its
Yeah.
history, it has lots of these runs. So if you sort of take a longer term bet, I don't think it's a
Hmm.
great day trader because often the spread is high and it's actually a little jumpy. I find it tough to day trade, but as a swing trade, look how it goes on these runs, right? Like
Yeah.
it just
It,
so
it really does. One that I like to swing trade a lot, I'm always on the lookout for is American Airlines. And I got my levels below 11, below 12, and I missed this one. I missed this drop here. I love swing trading this thing because every time it goes below 12 or around 12, it's like it's at value. So you just kind of buy a couple of shares, set and forget it. Let it play out, get back to 18, 26, and sell it, let it come back down again. So that's a good one for that as well. All right. Let's see, guys. I think we were pretty much set. Anything else? Anything else that we might have missed?
I
Looking
don't
at
have anything.
I think we are good. One more on our YouTube chat from Sarah. Sarah on our YouTube chat is giving us ACE AHCO. Have you ever heard of this? Oh, no. There's no volume here, and this daily looks pretty bad. So you want to be careful with this, but there's really no volume. This Adapt Health, and usually these health companies, they're so brutal when it comes to day trading. Unless they have major news of a FDA trial going bad or something, they're just they're just not great. Or FDA approval, they're just not great traders. So we'll skip on this one for now. Let's head over to our community events and announcements, see what's going on there. You can always find these guys on our website, barebootraders.com. Click on webinars and you can see what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. Today is Thursday. Yeah, Thursday.
It is. And maybe I can, before we get to our calendar, let me share another trade because there was something that was striking me yesterday. I'll admit right up front, sort of giving myself a little bit of a pat on the back here. But if I look at where the heck is it here? Is this it? Is this the right screen? Oh, no. That's not the right screen. Hold on a sec. Sharing a different screen. No. Okay, that's the only screen I can share now. All right, we'll do this. I wanted to share. So I've got a signature. One of my signature trades is something that I trade every day into the close, which I call my 1 to 10 trade. And yesterday it was again working pretty well. We ended up taking on Apple. It's one of my go-tos, Apple and AMD. And I love it because it happens at a very specific time every day. So if you're not a member of the chat room, you don't get to trade live. But I trade this live with people every single day, and we don't get a trade every day, right? You got to be careful and bide your time. But as I was saying yesterday, I'm knock on wood, I'm jinxing this thing, I'm sure, but I have not had a losing trade on this in a while. A while, and yesterday was another good one where you sort of wait, you wait for the signals. If they arrive, then you take the trade. I took a short on Apple. I prefer to go short, admittedly, rather than long, but it's set up nicely for me. You can see I took that short, and in very quickly I was able to sort of start taking a lot of partials right into the close. So this is a trade that has again very limited duration. It only lasts 10 minutes because you can only go from 10 to 4 until 4. So you know exactly how it's going to play out. And it either works or fails, usually within about 2 minutes, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. So if you want more, we do have videos posted in our education center. There's actually, I think, a short video on YouTube. Look, 1 to 10, 1 dash TO dash 10, the numbers 1 and 10. Anyways, you can look at the 1 to 10 trade and it'll explain. Carlos, I think you did something explaining that trade once as a little short, didn't you?
Yeah. Those are actually, and I was actually talking to Sarah here in our YouTube chat. That is, those are like $1, I think. If you go to tradingterminal.com, the academy, you can sign up. I think that the course is like $1. It's like 12 videos of all these strategies. And again, we were talking about with Sarah here. We said the stock is not great. One of the stocks she pointed out, but it also depends on your strategy, Peter. Right? So if you need a
Exactly.
strategy, the videos you're talking about, make sure you look at those videos. And in those videos, we're going to tell you how to find the criteria for the stock to trade for that strategy. What makes that best?
Right. So, just mentioning it because you can see actually down at the bottom of the screen, I had a sort of a failed trade on Apple earlier in the day. That short didn't work, but then the 1 to 10 into the close, which is the one up here, worked fantastically. So, anyways, I just thought I'd share that trade with you so that you get an idea of some of what we're doing in the room. I trade live from 3 to 4 every day, and that's sort of my go-to trade in the afternoon. So even if nothing's happening, I wait and see if that one sets up, and if the criteria is right, then you take it. If not, right, then you stay back from it. So, all right. So let's look at what's happening in the community. It's Thursday, which means it's a mentorship day, and sorry, you can't see my antlers. I gotta get my antlers going. There you go. Anyways, so that means we have 3 sessions as we do every day. John kicking it off at 11 a.m. with his mentorship session, where it's a good chance to get in depth on any topic you want. And then at 2 p.m., we have Jared and Megan who talk options. And then last but not least, we have Thor's Day Mentorship that happens at 8 o'clock in the webinar room. So those are the 3 sessions that happen. Now, we have listed here Paris's session. Paris did one this Sunday. It's at 5 o'clock on Sundays. But he is taking a well-deserved holiday break, and there will be no Sunday session for the next 2 Sundays, okay? As we go through the holiday, we'll resume that in 2024. So just know that mentorship session will not be happening for the next 2 weeks, but we'll be up on it in 2024 and ready to go with it. And there was something, Carlos, there was something else we were supposed to talk about, and I just realized we never did.
I wonder what that was. Well, we'll keep going. It'll come back to us. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember somebody asked for us to talk about
onboarding class, not
the
Monday,
onboarding.
Tuesday next week. Yes.
Right. Okay. There you go. That was the thing. Thank you. Yeah. So we'll talk about that, I guess, at the end of the week when we do the wrap up. But just know if you're going to the onboarding class, it'll be on Tuesday, being that we're off for Christmas Monday. So it'll be Tuesday at 8 o'clock. What will never close is tradingterminal.com. As I mentioned, every day it's open all the time. If you want information on the markets, on trading, you want to run a simulator, right? Anytime, it's there. It's always available for you. You can run the simulator live in the markets, or a replay mode where you can replay any stock on any day and actually trade against it, so you can practice your trading even when the market's not open. So check it out, tradingterminal.com. Tons of stuff. We use it for our scanners and the gappers lists every morning. It's got tons of other scanners right out of the box, or you can configure them to do anything you want. All right, so that's tradingterminal.com. And if you want to join us here in the Bear Bulls chat room, well, we have a number of membership options from our intro offer, right, which is only $39, but because you're listening here, you get it at a discounted $24 price using the code PREMARKET24. The basic, early, monthly, or, of course, the elite annual. Hopefully you'll take advantage of one of those deals and join us here in the chat room as we keep the Christmas spirit alive as we trade into the holiday break. Can you believe we're down to only 4 sleeps until Santa arrives, and only one more sleep until we're out of trading until that holiday break. So 2 days of trading left until that Christmas break, and then we'll be back at it on Tuesday. So let's set some levels because we got trading to get to.
All right, absolutely. Thank you, Peter. All right, excellent. Let's get to it, guys. So our list right now, wow, very light. MU, Mara, and Rivian. So I don't really have a whole lot here. I'm going to add a few more. My good buddy NVIDIA is going to come on this list, so we'll put that on there.
I think you should put CCL on the secondary. Again, earnings come out in another 12 minutes, but I think it'll be in play once that happens. So
yeah, I agree. I think that should be fun to watch there. It's going to get the volume for sure. It always does. You know what? I'll put it on my main list just to set level so we're prepared. And if we can get a good opportunity, we can take advantage of it. So we do have space for it. All right, MU, Mara, Rivian, NVIDIA, and CCL right now. And of course, we'll be looking at on our secondary list. I'm going to add AMD, which we always take a look at as well. So we have BA. I like the daily on BA for a possible breakout, guys. This looks real nice. We just have to wait for the market open to see if that's going to take place there. Google, Affirm, Carvana, and AI, all possibles here. if things can get going. So, all right, let's look at our main list. Let's go ahead and get some levels in here. Right now, MU high of the pre-market, we're looking at 84.89. So we'll slam a level there. As you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube, how are we looking this morning? I'm going to check over and see our number of likes today. So I'm going to refresh there. And we're sitting at 80. We'd love to be at a 150, 160. So if you can help us get there, that would be really, really appreciated. So thank you guys. All right, so MU, high of the pre-market, 84.89. The low of the pre-market, we're sitting at 82.85. So we'll slam another one there. And then if we move towards the bottom, we do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days. Now, we haven't been up here in quite some time. So MU actually on a 52-week high, looks like, right? Is that correct? Uh, Seems like it. Yeah, seems like it. All right. So MU really doing some good stuff here. And then above the pre-market high this morning, we do have a level over at 86.21. And we do have another one over at 87.57. So just two for now. Again, I have it on here. It's really more of a possible, man, but I'm hoping MU can give us something good. It used to be such a great trading stock, intraday trading stock, that I'm hoping today could be the day they do something fun for us. High of the pre-market on Mara is going to be 23.59. This stock has been trading exceptionally well, guys. So if you've been watching it, you've been taking advantage of some really good, clean trading. 23.58 is the high of the pre-market. 22.28 is the low. And then below that, you do have the previous day close plus the high and low for the last two trading days. So I don't think you need to add much on this. I think the last two trading days are doing a pretty good job as far as setting levels for you here. Now looking at Rivian, another one that we're just kind of waiting to see, okay, what's the next step here? We're getting a little flat at the moment. We had, what, 4 or 3 really great days with some good volume, and then we're just kind of dying out. So we're just hoping this thing can pick up. As far as levels, high of the pre-market is pretty much slamming to the low of 2 days ago, which is right on there. And you also have the previous day close slamming to the low of the pre-market. Actually, low of the pre-market is just a little bit lower at 23.06, but previous day close is going to be the one that you're going to be paying a lot of attention to. Towards the bottom, another daily level here we have is going to be 23.53 on Rivian. And once you do that, I think you're pretty much set on Rivian this morning. Let's take a look at NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, big drop yesterday with the overall market. Again, this one seemed to have really taken a significant drop with the overall SPY there. But low of the pre-market on NVIDIA, 480, 464, and your high is going to be at 489.33 for the most part. So once you do that, and again, you're set here, guys. Highs and lows are giving you so many levels surrounding the price action. You do not need to make this complicated. I think you're all set. You got the previous day close towards the bottom here as well. So nothing much more to add here on NVIDIA. All right, let's look at CCL. So earnings on this one, Peter, is right at 8:30 or
9:15.
9:15. Excuse me, 9:15. So we'll see how that plays out in just a couple of minutes here. Low of the pre-market on this one right now is 18.16. The high is pretty much the low from 2 days ago, so that's already marked there for you. And once you look at the bigger picture towards the top, you got plenty of levels here, a lot of resistance around 18.84, and then towards the bottom below the previous day close, a good decent level at 17.68. So once you do that, you're set on CCL. So that's our list right now. MU, Mara, Rivian, NVIDIA, CCL. We didn't look at Tesla today. I saw a couple of you guys mentioning Tesla. You know, Tesla is one that we always keep an eye on. So we can always watch Tesla. I'm going to put it here as well. It really should replace my MU. I'm just being nostalgic a little bit here and keeping MU on my list, but it really should replace MU. Let's do levels for Tesla. 252.19 is the high of the pre-market on Tesla, and the low is going to be down at a 249.53. And once you do that, again, surrounded by the highs and lows of the last two trading days, previous day close, you're pretty set when it comes to level on Tesla here. All right, excellent. I think that is pretty much it. We'll wait for our moderators to throw their list out. We're done a little bit early, so maybe we can get to some questions. I know I had a question in regards to where can you find the videos you were talking about, Peter? And this is it right here. I'll show you where it is. If you go to Trading Terminal Academy, you click on courses, and you go to, you got some free stuff on you can look at, but you go down to basic courses. It's going to be this one right on here, Become a Profitable Day Trader. So if you click on this, it's going to give you the 12 videos that it's about 12 or 10, I think. Yeah, 10 videos talking about the strategy. The strategy you're talking about, Peter, is the 1 to 10.
Number 7.
Number
Right? Yeah,
7,
1 to 10 right
1 to 10.
there.
So
Yeah.
quick video tells
Excellent.
you what stocks we're looking for, the criterias, and how to trade that. And you also have the mountain pass and a couple of other stuff that you are trading and other moderates. Lightning bolt. You got some good ones here, Peter. You got mountain pass. You got lightning bolt. You got 1 to 10. Very nice.
You bet.
Very nice. So yeah, I put the link on there on YouTube if you guys need it. You can find it that way. All right. All right, let's get to some questions. We got a little bit of time while we wait for our moderators to throw their list together. I have Jared's sounds are available. I have Andrew's list. I have Thor's list. We'll wait for a few more. We'll read those out, and then we'll call it a day as Andrew and Brian take us through the market open. Peter, anything on your end?
Nothing that we haven't talked about. I mean, well, maybe the only one that we haven't talked about is my good old buddy. I was just looking at AMD, sort of like where it sits. I'm obviously going to be watching it, but that's not really news. I just watch it every day, no matter what's going on.
Exactly.
The other one is Tesla that we didn't. Well, I guess you sort of have it on the secondary list, but it's another one. I'm just making my list right now, and I realize I'm going to be keeping an eye on Tesla as well. So. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, sometimes you're just waiting for the scanners, so we'll see what pops up in the scanners, and go from there.
Yep, absolutely. TNA, yeah, TNA is a ETF. So normally we don't put this on the list, but this is something you can trade. Just be very careful with these ETFs, right? So be very mindful of that. What else we have, guys? I think we're pretty much set. All right, let's get to our moderators list, guys. We'll bring this over and see what's going on. I see Brian is in. Peter, you have your list ready. So let me bring this. As I'm doing this, guys, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help a ton. We would love to be at 150, hit our goal there, which we have been doing almost every day. So thank you guys for taking the time to do that. All right, our moderators list, let's go run through it. So Jerry sounds are available in chat. You can take a listen to those. Andrew's list, market gap up. He's going to be looking at that, but he also has TQQ, AMD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. Thor will be looking at the overall market, spies in the Qs, Tesla, Apple, the futures, and you can see his breakdown over on X as well. You can see what's his comments on there. Peter, your list, AMD, Tesla, MU, secondary list, Apple, CCL, and Mara, and Brian, NVIDIA, MU, CarMax, and Tesla this morning. Megan, wow, Megan's only looking at MU this morning. So we're hoping that MU can give us some good stuff today. IPOs for today, the Duco, which didn't open yesterday. So maybe today we can get that IPO.
It doesn't look like it's positioned to open, but you never know in these things. So I put it there. It's listed that it's supposed to open today, but again, it doesn't look like it's ready. So we'll see. I'll let you know.
Yep, absolutely. All right. We are pretty much set. So Peter, you how many hats do you have, man? How many hats? How many? You could probably put a Christmas a store together with these hats you have.
I probably could. Well, I got lots. I just decided to do 2 a day, so I'll have 2 new ones for you again tomorrow. One of which is one of my favorites, by the way. I mean, I like the Jester one. That one's fun.
That one is fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll have another very fun one tomorrow morning, so you can wait for that.
We are looking forward to it, my friend. All right, guys, we are all set. Let's see here. No other moderators on the list. Eamon's not liking much today. And yeah, we're all set. Guys, have an amazing trading day. We'll see you guys tomorrow to close out this week. This market is going to be fun. Let's see what the SPY brings at the open. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great trading day.
Trade smart, everybody. Talk to you tomorrow.